All right, welcome to Menu Heroes Digest.
It has been a long time.
2 weeks. Sorry about that. It was too hectic last weekend. I was moving into my new apartment where we are recording live. And by live, I mean
Live
now.
from Roanoke, it's Saturday night.
Thanks for telling everyone where I live, Jordan.
Well, that's where I live too, so we're both in danger now.
Anyway.
Yes.
We've got a ton of stories today.
Yes, and we explored the lore of Menu Heroes, so it's only fair we start with the lore of Dark Souls.
Actually, I was going to explain that we don't have video this week.
Dang it.
That's why you see Minecraft on your screen, and you'll see headline articles.
Yes.
Article headlines, sorry. Because I was dumb and left my tripod at my grandma's, so I'll get that this week, and business as usual next time.
And Xander would not be our tripod.
He wanted money.
Yeah.
I was like, no. Anyway, Dark Souls.
All right, yes.
So,
This is going to be the hardest, most difficult podcast we do today.
So Dark Souls... Oh, my God.
We got a lot of stories to cover, man.
So Dark Souls has a lot of lore, and it is being released in 2 books. Now, I thought that was cool until I read just now that it's an unofficial collection.
I was going to say, this is a fan-made collection. It's very well made.
Oh, yeah, it looks gorgeous, and you'll see a picture.
Oh, I've seen the picture, and also I've seen some, some illustrations, and I've seen some, those, fancy, what's it called? Like when, calligraphy, or no?
Yeah, the writing style?
Yes,
calligraphy.
So they made it at, this... obviously this is because this reminds me of so much of Lord of the Rings of the Hobbit books of how they explore.
You telling me Dark Souls? Why is my all caps on? Dark Souls is only 10.
It's about 10. It's.
Were you serious?
Yeah, it's 10 years old, dude. And the story behind that. Well, there's Demon Souls that came out before that. But
only that old. Jesus Christ! I thought it was way older. I mean, it makes sense.
You're thinking of Elder Scrolls. That's older.
Yeah, it is older. I know that.
Yeah. But this whole thing started with Demon Souls, which was going to build Elder Scrolls knockoff until...
it wasn't.
Well, thankfully, the guy in charge of it, the guy who got on charge of it, Miyazaki, he was a big D&D fan. And he was I gotta try to make this in the way I want it to be, and his idea was being super difficult and it being very dark and morose and everything. And he's was adamant that it should be third person point of view, not the first person like you see in Elder Scrolls.
Although you can play the Elder Scrolls in third person.
Yeah, but it was back then. It was infamous for being first person. So.
Yeah, looking at the map, looking at the book, it is pretty gorgeous.
Oh, definitely.
It's not... It looks like a lot of it's in black and white, which does work in its favor. Except for the map, obviously.
I mean, I would say this would be something in a Dark Souls game, but obviously, it's too colorful.
You wouldn't be able to find it. It'd be too hard to find.
It'd be covered in all kinds of blood and murk, and you would have to look for it in a poison swamp.
You'd have to find each missing page.
Yes.
Actually, the pieces of the missing page.
Yeah, that's all. That's Dark Souls, baby.
I need to play Dark Souls. I really do.
I definitely have played the first one. Had very mixed feelings on the second one. I don't think I remember finishing that one, but to me, Bloodborne is my favorite amongst the From Software games of this new era of software games. And Armored Core, I do love, and I wish would come back. They keep saying they might bring it back, but it's all up to Miyazaki. He's the new guy in charge of From Software. So but he would do an amazing job, or he'd get somebody to do an amazing job to make a difficult. Or a challenging, giant mecha game, So, but yeah, hey, if fans can make this book of its lore very well. Maybe us Armored Core fans could will a new game or something.
The Armored Core lore Bible.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Big suits of metal. The end. No, I'm just kidding. So let's go to Russia for a minute.
Do we have to?
We have to.
No, Steven, I don't want to go to Russia.
I'll go to the gulag. Haha, I'm so funny. Anyway. Is it recording?
I was about to say.
Okay, yeah, it's recording. Sorry.
Okay. You have to make sure.
I always joke about that, but sometimes I'm like, seriously, I'm like, oh no.
And I have many heart attacks every time. I'm like.
So,
no.
Because Putin decided to invade Ukraine,
Yes.
Russia and everyone in it is taking the fall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is something that many people within Russia are very upset with. Even some of the oligarchs, which I am not a big fan of, even they realized this was probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
And are now suffering the consequences for it. And
so,
one of those being like several video game companies pulling out and not supporting or offering jobs to Russian developers and everything.
yes,
and,
Unity and Unreal are among these.
yes. Well, obviously, Epic doesn't want anything to do with Russia or any kind of Russian company right now.
So, Epic Games and Unity Technologies are refusing to do business with Russia because of how the government is treating Ukraine. So, Russia is looking into the possibility of developing a national video game engine. That's going to be interesting because Russia has always been behind the world when it comes to computers.
Yep.
If you'll remember, a while back we talked about a computer museum that got destroyed in Ukraine.
Yeah, it was Ukraine video game history. Yeah.
And they said it was like looking into a strange alternate world of computers because they were so foreign to us. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of game engine they come out with.
Yep. And honestly, this is kind of history repeating itself because, fun fact.
Is this fun or is it going to make me sad?
It's about another war from way back in the day.
Woo!
World War II to be precise, because
the best World War. No, I'm kidding. Please. I'm sorry. I regret saying it.
So basically, Germany was in a very similar position of because they were invading other countries. Many other countries were pulling their support out of Germany.
We're going to talk about Coke.
One of them being Coca-Cola.
And Fanta was created as a... Yeah, I remember this.
It is so weird because I first heard of Fanta because of the commercials in the 90s. Want a Fanta? Don't you want a Fanta? And to hear that the whole history of Fanta was that...
It was Nazis.
Because Germany... Because the factories that were having Coke, making Coke... Coca-Cola in Germany couldn't make Coke sodas anymore, so they had to make up a whole new formula, and Fanta was born. So we might see what the Fanta of game engines might be in the foreseeable future. I look at the Business Insider article, and it's interesting. Maybe not do Business Insider because there's just the ads. I'm not. No. But it is true.
Yeah, here we go.
It is true. Fanta was created in Nazi Germany.
Yep, and interestingly enough, piggybacking off of Coke and bringing it back to Russia, during the 1940s and the Cold War, Coke produced a clear variant of Coca-Cola called White Coke. The reason they did that was because Coca-Cola was seen as a sign of American consumerism or American imperialism, whatever. And so they wanted it to be manufactured to look like vodka. And it was packaged as such. It was interesting.
Yeah. The more you know.
The more you know.
And we have more to teach you today, folks, because we're we're just getting started on our 15-part, catch-up saga.
So this is interesting.
Yeah.
I'll be candid because I've been busy with work. Because I started that new job, I didn't get to read many of these articles. EA is killing BioWare points, so Mass Effect and Dragon Age DLC are now free. When I saw the article title, I misread it as they're killing the DLC, so you wouldn't be able to get it anymore.
I think old EA might have been this way, and not saying the new EA is perfect, but thankfully they're having those DLCs being free, and you don't have to pay for them, or not to pay for them with these BS BioWare points they were trying to push 10 years ago, I think, or maybe 7.
It's gotta suck for those who spent all the money for it, though.
Yeah. I mean, but EA did make a statement saying, "We're sorry." Well, or I think they're just saying use your points while you can right now because we're gonna end that. We're just no.
You're getting rid of Origin. No, wait. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that.
The DLCs are still gonna be available, but you won't have to use the BioWare points. I think those would be free.
Yeah,
going forward, they'll you gotta just pay cash for DLCs.
My brain just went.
Yeah.
I read the bottom of this article where it says that modern digital video game storefronts is that they're almost all doomed to shut down at some point, and that I was like, hey, Origin is shutting down. I'm like, no, that's not what that means.
No, but that is true though. It's like all this this digital currency thing, it's unnecessary. Just ask money. Just ask us to pay with cash.
Yeah.
That's way simpler. Unless you're doing you buy this and then you get a discount on the next thing you buy. Which other stores do. So it's not that crazy of an idea.
So let's talk about something that's also crazy, and that is a troll getting due justice.
Yeah, and I think this one, because before we started, you were giving me some weird looks at me because I was looking at my phone and rereading articles, and this one kind of...
I was not giving you weird looks.
You were constantly asking me, Jordan, are you okay?
You're
right?
Yeah, I was
this
trying
is
to
the
make
article I was looking at that was this world, man. Some people.
Okay,
man.
well, since you've recently read it, you take...
Yes, so now, whatever your thoughts are of Bungie, because they are very opinionated. I feel like most things they've said I agree with, but I understand still they don't agree with everything they say. No matter what, we should be allowed to have our opinions and be able to say, our thoughts and feelings without resorting to threatening people online, or at least teasing the idea they're going to commit harm. And a certain individual who has been streaming and has been playing a bunch of Destiny 2, and also cheating and everything, has been accused of that. And right now, Bungie is trying to sue them for toxic elements, harassment and what have you, and also for cheating and stealing hardware and everything. So anyway, the complaint filed in the U.S. Western District Court of Washington, and the latest in a spree of recent legal actions by the studio, names Luca Leone as the sole defendant and accuses him of habitually violating Destiny 2's limited software license agreement. According to Bungie, Leone was banned over a dozen times for live streaming the game while using cheat software, and was also involved in allegedly selling Destiny 2 emblems, including one that were possibly from stolen accounts. Leon also threatened Bungie's community manager. It says later down in the article that he has said on Twitter, saying that I just realized I've been moving to a place that's 30 minutes away from the DMG, which I think is believed to be the development manager. DMG's 04's employee badge. Sorry. But yeah, definitely an employee, someone higher up at Bungie. That he's 30 minutes away from them. And in the follow-up tape saying, in the follow-up tweet, he wrote, "He is not safe." And some other Twitter user had said that they were asking for someone to commit arson near the Seattle area. And Leon responded to that saying, if it's a Bungie HQ, you get a discount, by the way. And just, yeah, man, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what anybody thinks when they say some dumb stuff like this. Especially in this day and age. Yeah, everybody's going to be cautious and is going to assume the worst. And, okay, you deleting your tweets, you know, unfortunately, that also makes things worse. It makes you think that, you know, you're trying to cover up what you're saying, which you probably shouldn't have said that in the first place.
It really should.
Because there's no need for that at all.
It's very uncool.
Yeah, so, yeah, again, this isn't... You can call me a leftist all you want, but this is another example of me siding with Bungie on this, because I feel like they are completely in the right here. That this whole attitude thing, this person, which the thing is, I keep looking at the name Luca Leone. I could have sworn I've heard that name before, and I'm trying to remember if he's the exact same person who was trying to sue certain female Twitch players because they were too hot and they were making him horny or whatever.
Oh my god!
Remember that story?
No.
Okay, well, I don't know if we covered that or it was very early on, but I think this is the same person, but I could be completely wrong, or it could be another Luca. But this is, again, it's just someone else on Twitch and Twitter just making an ass of themselves, just, you know, harassing people and thinking they can get away with it. And these companies are telling them, rightfully, no. All right? The internet ain't your playground. All right? You better stop this or we will go after you. So, you ready to move on?
Yes. Let's move on to furries.
Yes! Oh, man.
Covert critters.
Yeah, this one... Again, we probably could have skipped this one, but I chose not to. Because... not because of what you think, but... because this was a fan-made, like, PS1 demo made in 12 days. And basically, it's a big love letter to Metal Gear Solid. You know, trying to find the developers. So yeah, basically, Covert Critters is inspired by the 1998 original Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation. It very much does feel like a PS1 game that would have come out at that time, with a few touches here and there that's a bit modern. And basically, it's about the main character is a gecko spy. You know, he's running around, hiding through bases, trying to take out the Red Hawk, organization, trying to steal nukes and everything. And he's smoking a cigarette. Sorry. Yeah. So it's Soda Raptor, I believe. Yeah, Soda Raptor Dev is the one developing this, and it took them 12 days. This little love letter to Metal Gear Solid. Letting people download it on itch.io.
For
free on PC, Mac, and Linux.
Linux.
Sorry.
Are you serious?
You've
sorry. Never said Linux before. How embarrassing! How embarrassing! No.
You go to Xander and ask him how to spell this, or say something. All right, I am not alone here.
At least you didn't say Linux. That would have been funny.
There's so many links things out there.
Yeah,
man.
it's Linux. It's another operating system.
Okay, all right, fine. All right. So, as I said, I'm just looking at both the video available on Twitter and also the demo on YouTube. Looks very well made for something that was made in 12 days. Do hope they get enough time to make a fully fledged game. If this is very much a love letter to Metal Gear Solid, I'm hoping they add some more crazy elements. Like, I don't know, maybe you have to go to the settings and alter certain menus in order to be able to fight one of the bosses or whatever, or something crazy like that. I don't know, man. It's but with furries.
Furries.
Yeah. But yeah, and also the next story is very inspired by another Konami thing. Can you tell that I love a lot of Konami games and franchises, and it does upset me they don't do anything with them. So I'm looking at the fan-made stuff out there to try and quench my thirst and to do some stuff to satiate, the hunger I have for these franchises,
Yeah. So.
Komaijo Ramila Scarlet Symphony is getting a physical release in Japan, not yet in America, but it has come out 2 days ago. Yeah, it was. Yeah, again, we were going to cover these stories last week, but then things happened, so...
Oh, hey. Since it includes language support for English and other languages, you can import it.
Cool, but I was really hoping to buy it for the Switch and the physical copy.
You can buy a physical copy. The Switch isn't region locked, remember?
Oh, right.
You didn't realize that?
Well, I just thought it's gonna be available for Japan. So I guess I'm just so used to being they'll do an English thing, because everything's region locked. But then
it's not region locked anymore.
All right, okay. Welcome to the future.
It's like the first Nintendo console
since
region lock. It's the first Nintendo console, and actually, it's the first Nintendo home console to not have a region lock.
Well, I am buying this tonight. I will tell you that right now, because I just saw the promo video for it on YouTube, obviously, and it's Castlevania but with cute anime girls. I mean, that's
enough for you. Although I'm sure you don't mind Castlevania with buff, shirtless dudes.
Obviously
you'll take both.
Look, man, Castlevania is a great game, and its essence can thrive in multiple ways, in various forms. So I'll take what I can get.
You'll take what you can get.
Yep.
All right. Who wants to talk about abortion?
Unfortunately, we'll talk about the workers who are walking out, because Activision Blizzard is not. Activision Blizzard has done it again. I don't. At this point, if I'm Microsoft, I just let this whole thing go.
Let's see.
This was probably not a worthy. This was. I mean, yes, Call of Duty makes a lot of money. No.
Are you getting a call?
What?
What was that?
I got a call. Yeah. So.
Do you need me to pause the video?
No, I don't know who that was.
Oh, okay.
Okay, pause it now. Okay.
All right, we're back. Jordan had to cry for a little bit because of this story.
Lies.
As we were saying, the Activision Blizzard employees walked out, and a better ABK, which is a better Activision Blizzard, and then K, I don't know what K stands for, Kotick. They issued a statement of demands that include relocation assistance for those working out of discriminatory states, cost of living adjustments for relocations, and guaranteed abortion access in employees' health care plans. There were also some labor rights that were more broad, such as the right to choose remote work, including employees in sexual harassment audits, and for the company to sign a labor neutrality agreement like Microsoft. 450 employees had been participating in the walkout at the time this article was published, and, there were some physical and some virtual.
Yep.
A representative from Congresswoman Katie Porter's office came out to support the walkout, and they're hoping for change.
I hope change happens too, but unfortunately their office is in Texas, and that is near the top of states that are just determined to take all the rights away. Not just some, not most, but all the rights. And hey man, I'm praying for them. I'm praying for all the workers that walked out of Activision Blizzard, just trying to live their life trying to, you know, because like, I mean, we've been talking about like Activision Blizzard from last year. Like half our videos are just what Activision Blizzard doing today, or how are the employees again having to speak out against how poorly they've been treated at Activision Blizzard. So like, you know, you keep hoping, you keep praying that things get better, and you know the situation gets better. But like, well, this one was like not exactly in the company's hands. This one was perpetuated by, you know, the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
They are like the, you know, the conservative majority in the Supreme Court that just decided, yeah, screw everybody's livelihood, and yeah, we're basically making this country a theocracy. Even though the founding fathers wanted nothing to do with the church, many founding fathers like John Adams and a few, I think also Alexander Hamilton, had said some unkind words about organized churches, or you know stuff like that. So and that's some of these people try and just make, you know, just try and enforce some of the craziest, dumbest laws for things that the Bible didn't even talk about.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Nope, we got to stop because you're getting on a tangent. So let's talk about something good, and that is Minecraft banning NFTs and blockchains.
At long last, you know,
they do not align with the game's values.
At long last, Mojang is using its forces, using its power for good.
They said if blockchain can ever prove it's anything other than a huge grift, then maybe we'll look at it. And it attacks texts for their promotion of digital ownership based on scarcity and exclusion, which does not align with Minecraft values of creative inclusion and playing together. It lays out why blockchain and NFTs have been outlawed throughout the game, which is to ensure that Minecraft players have a safe and inclusive experience. Blockchain technologies are not permitted to be integrated inside our client and server applications, nor may Minecraft in-game content, such as worlds, skins, persona items, or other mods, be utilized by blockchain technology to create a scarce digital asset. It is, I'm not reading this whole thing, but it's pretty great.
It's just that Mojang looked at NFTs and said, "Boo, get out of here."
I love how they're like, yeah, if it can ever prove it's more than just a scam, we'll consider it. It's pretty great.
Hey, again, at the very least, they are the anti-Square Enix.
Yeah.
And I'm all for that. I know.
We're jumping around a little bit.
Well, the thing is, like, on the list that I basically made, I went ahead and put the other NFT story right next to it. You know what we're talking about, right?
Yes, I see it now.
Okay, so yeah.
9/11, boys, woo!
GameStop, I realized you were saved by the internet.
God.
And I understand, and in a way, I understand you trying to appease the internet the best you can. But there is no way you looked at an NFT that is clearly a reference to an infamous photo about a man jumping to his death, the falling man photo from 9/11. There's no way you looked at the NFT that was clearly mimicking that and thought, sure, we'll profit off of that. Sure, we'll get a cut of the money from that. If you did and you just ignored it, then maybe it was best if you did get bankrupt. You know?
God.
Maybe you don't deserve to be saved. Okay, because I'm disgusted by the whole thing.
This is so freaking tasteless.
This is extremely tasteless. And granted, I have there is even worse. The thing is, there's even worse NFTs out there. There are some NFTs that are the picture of George Floyd. That are, like many pictures that are out there that are meant to be tributes to him. That are NFTs based around it, and awful looking NFT versions of George Floyd.
Yeah, I've seen some of those.
Yeah.
The oh god, the one where he's a monkey. It's very tasteless.
Yeah, and very offensive. That is just outright just fucking just
Language.
disgusting. Sorry.
This comment's hilarious. Pack it up, everyone. We found the worst NFT made. There will not be any more NFTs that plagiarize imagery of other tragic photographs after this one, surely. You can tell that it's dripping with sarcasm.
I don't want to say it out loud because I think somebody will get this idea, but
Say it out loud.
I mean,
abortion NFT win.
Okay, my thought was the Hindenburg, that picture of the Hindenburg. I thought that. Oh,
it's terrible. I'm sorry.
And now that I'm saying it out loud, someone's going to do this. Someone's going to make a Hindenburg NFT.
I already have one on my phone. I bought it last week.
Of course you would, Steven. Of course.
I bought it last week. All right, let's talk about one of my favorite games. Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4.
Yes.
So, love this game, but the AI in it, the NPCs are sometimes really, really dumb and it's funny. Apparently, they had to be dumbed down because they were coded so well at one point that they would try to take over the world. And it's just...
Now, just the virtual world, right? The world of Elder Scrolls? Yeah, okay. Okay, we have to clarify that because we don't need to scare people into thinking that, yeah. We don't want this to be like the darker version of Free Guy.
Yeah, so they created an AI system that was deep enough to equip every single NPC with their own lives, wants, and needs. They would do realistic stuff like eating and having conversations with each other. So, a lot of NPCs would go on murderous rampages and search for other NPCs who have alcohol in their pockets. Like, all the NPCs in the world would begin murdering each other. Or they would commit crimes and get killed by the police. And so their solution was to dumb down the NPCs. And it's so bad because there's an NPC that can fall off a bridge without players even noticing or knowing about him. And this means you can't buy a house in the game.
Oh.
Or one of the houses at least. So I love Oblivion.
I am scared to think what that NPC's life was like if they were going to do that. Because if you're talking about wants and needs, it's got to be depression that's got to be added there as well.
I really, really would like it if fans were able to smarten them up. If they were able to, bring back the original AI. That would be so interesting.
I would love that, honestly. Or be like, again, like Free Guy. Just, having, a watcher mode of, observing what are these NPCs doing.
All right, so Dungeons and Dragons.
Moving to another fantasy story, but this one looks super fun.
I'm watching the trailer right now. People were definitely right. It does have that very Marvel Hollywood feel to it.
Well, okay, I want to talk about that because
I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I know, but there are some people being like, it's too funny, it's too comedic and everything, and I'm like, look, speaking as somebody who plays D&D with a bunch of people who try and make a joke out of things and try and get us killed, I've been the guy trying to be serious, and then I just give up. I'm like, okay, you guys aren't taking this seriously, I'm gonna stop being this serious. So yeah, I'm okay with this just going ahead and being fun and creative and just being a fun little adventure. And yeah, we're getting Owlbear as he's gone as seeing.
Most interesting D&D campaigns, the characters are not stoic, serious guys.
You mean boring? They're not boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. and it's like, again, talking about the Owlbear thing, it's like the character that's transforming is a druid. And there's already been some people saying, actually, druids can only become animals. They can't become beasts or big beasts. And owlbears are clearly... stop, okay? let us have
think
fun.
this movie's gonna be?
People like when you get a group of people that play D&D, sometimes the rules will change, or sometimes people make exceptions. I'm sure you've DM'd a few games. Have you always kept to the rules 100%?
No.
Exactly.
A lot of the time I'll be like, that sounds good. So
So yeah, having a druid, being able to turn to an owlbear, whatever. Go ahead, have fun.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
All right, what was next up on the list?
Lex on the list.
Next on the list
was Garfield.
Garfield. Whoa. Okay, so everything else is in order.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. So I have yet to play this game, Stray. It's like getting all kinds of wonderful reviews. People are raving about it. There's of course, Let's Plays out there to which you can see, and I do want to get my hands on this game as soon as I can, but unfortunately, PS4 ain't working, as I've said many times. But somebody has not only gotten to play Stray, but they've managed to play, in my opinion, the best version of Stray you can have, which is a version where the cat is basically Garfield. So Nexus mod user Cumbino uploaded a new mod that replaces the default cat with the Monday Hayden lasagna loving. Look, we know Garfield, okay? You don't have to do all the.
This is so cute. Because Stray modders they're making the playable cat look like their cat. I want to get the game and make it look like Lucas now.
Yeah, by all means. Stray is like healing the world. I know we're all pretty divided. I know we're all going through hard times, but Stray is like making people happy. It's making people calmer. It's slowly healing us. Putting the pieces back together. So, and to me, just seeing Garfield avoiding like robots with frickin' guns and stuff, that puts a smile on my face. Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about another type of cat. A panther.
Yes.
A black panther, if you will.
Wakanda forever.
Okay, way to culturally appropriate, but I'll
hey,
forgive it this time.
I mean, hey, I think I'll be like the White Wolf, the Bucky Barnes, that the one white guy they're okay with.
New York forever. Anyway, video game publisher Electronic Arts is supposedly working on a Black Panther game. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, you see, when the article started with, a new Black Panther game is coming out, I thought, great, awesome, love Spider-Man, love Guardians of the Galaxy, I know the Avengers game didn't do too well, but everybody liked the Black Panther DLC, so maybe they go more that route, will be good. Unfortunately, it's being developed by EA.
Well, now hold on. The development team is supposedly comprised of former members of Monolith Productions, who did stuff like Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, and its sequel Shadow of War.
Okay, and I do hear you. Like I don't want to always. I want to be optimistic.
Yes, of
course. And I want to give things a chance. I don't want to be like it's EA or it's Activision. It's automatically bad. Get away from me. But at the same time, EA has had a history of micromanaging and interfering with things, especially when they think it doesn't appeal to to what their their marketing team says. I feel like the marketing department is gonna have a say on what it does or does not get involved in this game. Is my main concern. Now, of course, this game could come out, and oh my god, I am so freaking sorry. Yes.
All right. So as we were saying, it's EA.
Yeah. So people at underwater were tagging us, so that's what we had to pause. Okay, we're going with that excuse. All right, we had to defend Wakanda.
Anyway, so it makes sense to be cautious when it's EA.
Yes.
But they did have a success with Jedi Fallen Order. So,
True, and that's why I'm not automatically being like, oh no, this could all go horribly wrong. But it's like I would have much rather it be Insomniac or even Square Enix.
Yeah.
Either one of them, I think, could have done a good job with this.
Of course, it is in very, very early development. It's not even confirmed to be real, so...
And I almost wasn't going to consider bringing this up in our article, but the fact that it was repeated so much, and also the fact that Black Panther Wakanda Forever's trailer came out, which was frickin' awesome. I think it's one of the best teaser trailers I've seen in a very long time.
I haven't watched it on purpose.
It's super good. Like,
I'm just going to watch the movie when it comes out. At least I know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
look, it's Ryan Coogler, same guy who did the first Black Panther movie. I have confidence he's going to make this work, even though, yes, Chadwick Boseman did pass away.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there is, I don't think it's like a big, massive boycott, but there are certainly people online trying to do the hashtag recast T'Challa thing. And
yeah, I did see that.
But here's the thing, though. It's like... even though, yes, there has been examples of them recasting T'Challa, them recasting other MCU characters in the past. Chadwick Boseman did such a really good job.
Yeah.
And he did it for at least 4 movies, so it's like recast. Well, first of all, they can't recast now because the movie's finished.
Yeah.
So there's no point. And B, like... Ryan Coogler has gone on interviews about like how much he loved and respected Chadwick Boseman, and how he was talking about the movie in San Diego Comic-Con, of like he really felt like he could feel Chadwick Boseman like holding his shoulders or whatever. Like he really, like the dude really cared about the guy, and if I believe him when he said that he's just not going to recast T'Challa out of respect for Chadwick Boseman. That does not mean there aren't other actors who can do a good job, but just I feel like it.
And that doesn't mean we'll never see like a variant of T'Challa.
Well, yes, that, and also at some point, either Marvel decides we may want to just end the MCU and just do standalones, and some filmmaker will do a Black Panther movie just on their own. I think that will happen at some point. And yeah, that's that filmmaker doing their own thing. And obviously, they're going to have an actor playing T'Challa in this video game. Whether that be the same one who was in the Avengers game or not, is to be said. But you will see T'Challa in other media at the very least.
Yeah, and some people are like, it's like disrespectful to the character. I guess I can sort of see that, but you gotta work with the cards you've been dealt.
I firmly believe that if they did recast T'Challa, there'd be even more people screaming, "You are being so disrespectful to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
He poured his life and soul to that role. How dare you just replace him?"
Yeah, think you can just replace him with any other...
This was a no-win scenario for Marvel and Disney and Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
There was no way they're going to please everybody. But I firmly believe there'd be more outrage from the fan community, because I remember when they recasted Spider-Man 2 times. When they recasted,
when they cast Andrew Garfield,
and when they cast Tom Holland. Both times, Spider-Man fans were super pissed and were screaming, "Bring back the previous Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield."
Well, they did.
In the way they did, yes, but in a multiverse sort of thing. But of course, they can't do that with Chadwick Boseman. They just freaking can't.
Yeah.
But that's my point. Is like, I know fandom. I know how they react, and yeah, some of them are mad because they aren't recasting T'Challa. But I know they would have been even more mad if they did.
Yeah.
So it's
I think they did the best that they could.
That's what I think. I do think recasting him was not a good idea. So
let's talk about Knights of the Old Republic. Yay!
Yeah, this one definitely is not. Well, it's somewhat bad news, but kind of good news at the same time.
So
because
the remake is on indefinite hold.
Yeah, that is the bad news.
The two key directors have been fired recently. Yeah. So
I think that's actually part of the good news because at least the reports are saying they spent way too much money, and it wasn't, and the final product was not turning out very well. Or what Lucasfilm was seeing, or LucasArts Games was seeing, was not up to par what they were hoping for. So I'm at least happy they looked at it, didn't think this was good enough, and decided to scrap it or decided to postpone it indefinitely.
Yeah, it's got a possible release date of 2025 that's more realistic than their late 2022 release.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, it's definitely not coming out this year or next year. I'm telling you that right now.
Which is good because I don't have a PlayStation 5 to play it on.
I mean, does anybody really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so there are more people getting PS5s now than they did last year, but ultimately speaking,
I don't have the money for a PS5 anymore.
Yeah, nobody has the money, and they don't make enough. They make. They're scalpers too. The scalpers keep jacking up the prices, and they can just burn in hell.
Sony keeps okay.
I know,
cursing. No more cursing.
But it has to be said. Like, scalpers are the worst. I hate them.
Yeah, they suck. But yeah, I just want a PlayStation 5. Come on, Sony. Yeah. I will give you the money when I have it if you have a PS5 when I have the money.
Yeah.
Every time I don't have the money, PlayStation sends an email and they're like, "Hey, congratulations, you've been chosen to buy a PS5." And I'm like, "Whoa, that's great, except I don't have the money for a PS5." So, doesn't do any of us good.
Yep.
And finally, on our last story.
Yes.
GTA 6
I'm out.
is going to be more culturally sensitive. Xander,
Guys, don't believe him.
I'm serious. This is what the report says, and it's going to co-star a woman.
Yeah, I think this is the very first playable female character in the GTA franchise.
It will be the first female character, or first playable female character. Rather, first playable female protagonist.
Okay, yeah.
So, according to this report, GTA 6 will star a pair of characters loosely inspired by Bonnie and Clyde. The female character will be Latina, and the game's story will take place in a fictional version of Miami, Florida. This game already sounds great.
Well, wasn't that what Vice City was? That was pretty much not Florida or not Miami.
Not Miami.
Yeah. And okay, they just said in Vice City. That's fine. Just in modern day, they can just do. Or if not, they can always make up a new city.
So,
Vox City. Whatever.
GTA 6 has been in development in some shape or form since 2014.
Yep.
But
the thing is, GTA 5 has made them so much money, so keep postponing it.
Well, that and, they've made a lot of changes. There's been departures that were, pretty high level.
And didn't they get a new CEO?
I think they might have, yeah.
Yeah, that's also been a big thing,
and
too.
they think, they hope to get it out before March 2024, although some are skeptical. Some developers are skeptical. Skeptical.
I am certainly more skeptical since we had to live through the GTA Definitive Edition trilogy.
Oh my god.
Look,
it was so bad.
I know, but it's if a company's willing to do that to the fans, I'm sorry, I'm going to be skeptical from here on out. Yeah, you better bring your A game for this GTA 6. And considering that, again, I pray for the safety of the actress playing this protagonist in this game, because she's probably going to get a lot of shit. As we have seen...
Jordan!
I know. You can... Poopy. She's going to get a lot of poopy. And that's unfortunately how the internet works. Is that anybody that is not white, that is, especially not anybody that's not white and male, trying to break out, trying to make their name and be, trying to make their mark in the industry is going to get a lot of backlash and just get a lot of people just be visceral and just aggro for no good reason, just to they just don't
like women.
Yeah.
I hope she'll end up as equally bad, horrible, and morally compromised as other GTA main characters. The kind of character that should be sent to jail for a lifetime, but you still kind of like nonetheless. Wouldn't be GTA otherwise.
Well, the thing is, my first thought with them having a playable Latinx female character, it kind of reminded me of this graphic novel called 100 Bullets, where it's a woman who just got out of prison because she was like falsely accused for something, and this secret little organization thing, this little cult, this like this bunch of rich dudes offered her a gun that's untraceable and bullets that can't be traced, and saying, we'll let you just kill whoever you want, and we'll just because it was like a weird cult thing that was a group of rich dudes like observing what she would do if she had like bullets that could be traced. Like who would this woman kill? And now, obviously it would be the people that screwed her over.
Yeah,
that itself could be a plot of a GTA game, honestly, or just make a 100 Bullets game, because that also would be great too.
So that is it. We are done. We're out of stories.
That was our massive return. That was our glorious return.
Our glorious purpose.
Yes, and Xander here rushed into the scene. What are you good? Okay, he burped.
Excuse me.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna say now, Xander? Now that we're back.
Okay.
In our games.
You guys are lazy, that's why you guys haven't been doing this.
Oh yeah, well you haven't been recording Mini Hero video game videos, so what do you have to say
And
about
you're
that?
you're the one that uploads them and tell us when we do it.
Yeah, well
So
we'll work on it tomorrow.
You're the one.
We're gonna be working on some more videos tomorrow. Now that we're in the nope, we won't, because I have to get the tripod.
Yeah.
We will get some released. But until next time, stay cool.
We are back, baby!